What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, alright, we're going back to Coke Studio Pakistan. Yes, indeed, Coke Studio Pakistan fans, FEELIN, you, come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbity-bobbity bop, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Syed Nad-e Ali, and Syed wanted to see me react to this song by Coke Studio Pakistan called Kangna. Now, have I heard this song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard this song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, I recognize this song, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Well, let's see, this was posted by Rohile Hayat, okay? And the video has 6.4 million views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Kangna, Farid Ayas and Abu Muhammad, Season 4, Coke Studio Pakistan at Rohile Hayat Music. 16 minutes and 30 seconds for a song. This is not a movie. This is not a short film. No. This is a song. A song. 16:30. Oh, Nelly. Okay, well, you guys know, if you've been watching this channel for any amount of time, you know how I feel about long songs. If they're well written, well constructed, they make sense, it flows well, it's pleasing to the ear, I'm having a good time with it, it's keeping me engaged, it's keeping me interested, I'm not bored, it has nothing to worry about. Nothing. As a matter of fact, I'll usually give it a bump, a couple extra little, tenths of a point, because it was able to entertain me and keep me from being bored and keep me engaged for as long as it does. On the flip side, if the song is not particularly well constructed, if it's not particularly flowing well, if it's just droning on and on and on, and if I'm bored, if I'm not engaged, if I'm not finding any entertainment value in the song whatsoever, I'm going to absolutely tear it to shreds. I've done it before on the channel. People have gotten upset with me. Quite frankly, I do not care. If it's not doing anything for me, if it's poorly written, oh man, I'm really going to tear it to shreds. And the longer it goes, the more painful the tearing and shredding is going to be. So this has the potential to be great. It has the potential to be amazing. On the flip side, it also has the potential to be an absolute train wreck. So I guess we're going to see how this one goes. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Get comfortable. Huh. 5/4. Two. And 5 and 1, 2. Five, 4, with really a heavy emphasis on the eighth notes. Not so much just downbeats. It's not just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You really kind of have to count this as eighths, almost like 10/8. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 1 and 2. Emphasis on the 1, downbeat of 1, downbeat of 2, and a 4. So I guess, okay, now hold on. Let me do some math here. If you were to, so it'd be if we're going in 8, those 10/8 notes. 1, 3, and 7. No, wait. 7 would be 8. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 8. Yeah, 8. You'd be on 8. Okay. So the first, third, and eighth note. That's where your accents are being demonstrated by the clapping, which is interesting. Drumming is just right now. It's all cymbal work. It's all cymbal work for the drum set. But we do have auxiliary percussion over here, which is really kind of helping to, keep the rhythmic pattern and the subdivision work happening and helping. Bass, honestly, the reason I was able to figure out the 5/8 or the 5/4 kind of signature was a combination of the bass playing and the clapping. The clapping really more than anything else, but the bass playing helped. It really did help. So thank you, bassist. I know the emphasis on this kind of music is really on the vocal work and the lyrics. There's a problem there. I do not understand the language. So I have no idea what the lyrics are about. I don't really pay attention to lyrics anyway. So I just to be completely frank, folks, and I'm not saying this to be dismissive to any type of culture or to any kind of race. I'm not doing that. Okay. I'm not. But I gotta be frank with you guys. I have no idea what kind of value I'm gonna get out of this. I really don't. So we're gonna push play. We're gonna keep going. Obviously, I'm gonna keep an open mind, but I have no idea how this is gonna go. No clue. Let's keep going so far.
Sanita magama sanita magama sanita magama sanita magama sanita magama saga saga tanga magama sagama 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 magasa sagama magasa sagama da 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 mama mama ga ga sa sagama da ni da ni da 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 ni 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 da da my ga.
So now the full band's kicking in. Okay, cool. All right. I really can't comment on the vocals. I will say between the two guys doing the vocals, the one on the right, on stage right, I gotta say I'm fairly impressed with his breath control, his air control, his breathing techniques. He's really got a very firm understanding of how to support and how to sustain the vocal. He a lot longer than the other guy. The other guy, he gets gassed. I mean, the guy on the left, he loses his breath very quickly. And everybody's gonna say, well, he's pushing more. And you're right, he is pushing more, but when you support properly and you breathe, a lot of people are like, support. And yes, support, absolutely. Support is important, but so is proper breathing. And if we're talking about inflating your lungs, everybody's like, here's how everybody thinks taking a deep breath should look, right? Here we go. Well, here's the problem with that. When you breathe in like that, you're filling up the top of your lungs, the top half. You're filling that up, but you're not filling up the bottom half. Now, when you breathe in from your diaphragm down here, now you're filling up your bottom half. And if you look at the lungs, they are shaped like pears almost, right? Narrow at the top, wider at the bottom. What's going to have more air capacity, the top half or the bottom half? One of the first things you ever learn when you're playing any type of a wind instrument, whether it be a woodwind instrument or a brass instrument, or if you're singing, if you're taking proper vocal lessons, one of the very first things you are taught is how to breathe properly to maximize your air intake whenever you inhale. And you are taught to breathe from here, down here, not up here. So I think that might be part of the problem is I've been watching him breathe too. And when he breathes, he does this. While the other guy who has much better sustain, you never see his shoulders go up. He breathes from down here. And I believe that's part of the reason why he doesn't get gassed. He doesn't run out of air, as opposed to the other guy who is running out of air. So anyway, now that the whole band's kicking in, let's see what they got. That was clean. got one of those. That's a Corvette. You see? Watch him breathe in. Watch him breathe in. I think it's coming up right here. Watch his shoulders. Right? He's breathing in here. one thing I'm finding kind of fascinating, it happens when the band fully kicks in. And really, more than any other instrument, listen to the piano. The accent on the end of 3 and the end of 4, which kind of gives a false feeling of finality, seeing that we're in 5/4. Because, and the reason I'm saying a false sense of finality, in 4/4, just imagine for a second the song was in 4/4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and. You see what I mean by those accents on the end of 3 and of 4? Signal a transition back to 1 again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and. Especially with the way they're putting the accents throughout this entire song. They've had the accents on the downbeat of 1 and the downbeat of 2, right? So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Do you see how if this song were in 4/4, that would loop really well? But we're in 5/4, and there's no accent after that and of 4. 5 and are just there. There's no accent. It's just a count. So you really have to stay on. And I love it when people complain about me counting, and they say it's useless. I've been a musician for 28 years, and I've never had to count. Well, good luck to you then. You know, I'm sorry, but us in the rhythm section, us drummers, bass players, guitar players, we live and die by counting. We absolutely do. Because if we don't, in a song like this, we could get lost very easily. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and. You see what I mean? Instead of going back to 1 on the end of 4, we have 5 and we have to contend with as well. And if we're not counting and we're not staying focused and we're not on top of things, we could end up wrecking the entire song. So whenever people complain about me counting and putting so much emphasis on counting and so much importance on counting, this is why. Right here, this is a great example of it. So, anyway, I find that fascinating what's happening. If you listen to the piano especially, the piano will show you exactly what I'm talking about. Check it out. Vibing as Iceman. Nice. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did I just see what I think I saw? Do not tell me this drummer is using a count monitor. You've got to be kidding me. He sure is. Seriously, dude? You got the click in your ear. Do you really need a monitor telling you what number you're on? What kind of drummer are you? Seriously? You're wearing headphones. You got the click going in your ears. This can't be real. 10, 1, 2. Are they serious? Where did you guys find this guy? It's seriously. A drummer who doesn't know how to count to 10? I know high schoolers that could play 5/4. They don't, and they play it through an entire song. They do not need a monitor to count for them. That's ridiculousness. And he's looking at it. He's actually looking at it. The last note was right in tune with each other. That was nice. Oh. Oh man. Okay. Nope. I'm gonna save it all. I'm gonna save everything for the review. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Coke Studio Pakistan with a tune entitled Kangna. This was a request from Syed Nadi Ali. Okay. I know we've already been here for well over half an hour, so I am going to do my best to keep this as short as I possibly can. But there's a few things I want to touch on here. So let's get to it. First of all, let's start off with the score. On a scale of 1 to 10, not as bad as you might think it is. I'm going to give that a 6.4. Yep, 6.4. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay. First things first, a 6.4. What does that mean? Well, like I said, it's not as bad as you might think. It's actually a pretty good scale rating because a 6.4 equates out to a pretty good scale rating, which I think is a pretty good song overall. It would also get 3 out of 5 stars and a B- letter grade. So there you go, a 6.4, pretty good scale rating, 3 out of 5 stars, and a B- letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? So glad you asked. Let's just get this out of the way. 16 and a half minutes. Oh boy. Now listen, I understand the style of music focuses on lyrics. It tells a story. I understand that. But if I don't understand the language, it's going to be very hard for anybody who does not speak the language to appreciate the story that's being told. So that's number one. Number two, I am not a lyrics guy. I never have been. Lyrics in English go over my head. I just am not able to grasp them. And I love when people in the comments always say, well, the focus should be on the lyrics for this song. You are looking at the wrong channel. You are looking at the wrong reactor. I don't do lyrics. I focus on what I'm good at. I focus on my strengths, which is composition, songwriting, arranging, theory. This is what I'm good at. Lyrics have never been a strong suit with me. So don't look at me for lyrics, guys. You're in the wrong place, okay? 16 and a half minutes of this droning on and on and on. Let's call a spade here, okay? And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, folks. I found myself looking at the clock quite often from about the 9-minute mark on. I was looking at the clock about every, if I'm being honest, about every 15 to 20 seconds. Well, no, about every 20 to 30 seconds for about the first 3 to 4 minutes, and then the last 2 to 3 minutes, I was looking at the clock seriously every 10 seconds. It was long. Okay, it absolutely was. I am sure there are people who are going to get enjoyment out of this. I'm sure there are, okay? And I'm not trying to discredit those people, okay? Those people who enjoy this style of music for this length of time, more power to them. I'm glad they get enjoyment out of it. I am not one of those people. I did not enjoy this. I found it entertaining at first, figuring out the time signature, which didn't take me long to figure out, thanks largely between the clapping and the bass playing. The hi-hat work, I mean, the drummer just doing 8 notes on the hi-hat really didn't help at all. It really came down to the clapping and the bass playing going hand in hand that showed me, okay, and back to 1 again. Okay, there's the pattern. It's 8 beats plus 2, so it's 10. So it's 10, 5, 4. Okay, cool. We're in 5/4, no problem. Or it could be 10/8, as it was being demonstrated on that drum counting monitor. Which, don't think I'm not going to address that. I absolutely am. That comes later. I promise you. I'm going to crucify him. You just wait. It's coming. I will give all credit in the world to the backing artists. All of them. Whether they be, it's kind of hard for me to give credit to the drummer, but I am going to give credit to him. The bassist, the guitar players, the instrumentation, doing the traditional instruments, those musicians, the backing vocalists, all of them. I'm going to give all of them credit. Being able to stay focused for 16 and a half minutes. Folks, it's not easy. It is not easy, especially with a song as repetitive as this. I want you to imagine for just 1 second. You don't have to be a musician to do this, okay? You don't have to be able to read music. You don't have to be able to understand notes or play an instrument. Everybody here, everybody watching this video is capable of clapping their hands, okay? So I want you to count with me. Ready? So we're all going to clap together. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. Now imagine doing that for 16 and a half minutes. Could you stay focused? That's rough. That is rough, brother. Let me tell you. I give all the credit in the world to the musicians and the backing vocalists for staying focused and counting, staying on top of the song, not dozing off and spacing out and going on autopilot. I gotta give those backing musicians and the backing vocalists all the credit in the world for being able to get through a 16 and a half minute long song with no changes in tempo, no changes in feel, no changes in direction, no changes of any kind whatsoever. 16 and a half minutes of this. Man, I would lose my ever-loving mind. I absolutely would. Now, if I'm being paid and paid well to, do this, I'm absolutely there for it, and I'm absolutely going to stay on top. I'm going to stay alert. I'm going to stay awake. But I'm not going to lie to you, folks. It ain't going to be easy. It would be a challenge, but I would do it. I would absolutely do it. I don't know how much these musicians were paid. I'm not sure. Going studio rate for local musicians union, I know how much it is, but I don't know how much it is over in Pakistan. I don't know what the going rate is for. I don't even know if they even have a musicians union. They may just be, told, hey, show up and we'll feed you. It could be that. I've been invited to gigs like that where we'll make sure you're fed. I'm sorry, but feeding me for lunch is not going to put money in my bank account. It's just not. I usually turn those gigs down. So, I just, I don't know, man. I good for the musicians, man. Absolutely. And like I said, I give them all the props in the world. What was played very simple. The most complex thing about the song was the time signature. But even then, like I said, I locked into that pretty quick. It took me less than 30 seconds to figure it out, so wasn't hard. The chordal progression, pretty simple to follow. Root 7, root 3 4, root 7, root 3 4. You know, it's very, very repetitive the entire time. It's not impressive at all. Like I said, the most impressive thing is staying alert, staying awake, and not falling asleep during it. I have some complaints. Number one, the vocalist on the left, his breathing, he got gassed a lot. It wouldn't have been so bad if the vocalist on the right was also getting gassed. That would have been one thing. But the vocals on the right, I never saw him get gassed once. Not once. He had amazing breath control. And there were times where he was going and going. And I'm like, dude, are you going to take a breath? Nope. He's going to keep on going, and it's going to sound strong. You could always tell when the guy on the left was losing his breath because you could hear him getting thinner and thinner and thinner and thinner. See how he breathed? Up here. You should be breathing from down here. Anyway, he probably wouldn't get gassed nearly as badly. Then again, I saw his teeth and I saw the tobacco stains, and I can't tell if he's using smokeless tobacco or if he just has been smoking cigarettes for decades, and maybe that's why he can't take a deep breath. Very possible too. Guys, if you want to be a vocalist, you really need to stay away from those kinds of products. They're going to do damage to your lungs, and you are not going to be able to sing nearly as well if you did not use those kind of products. My biggest gripe, and I know this is, I know I'm probably going to end up sounding like I'm making a big deal about this, but that drummer, man, you gotta be kidding me. Using a monitor to count for you, you committed robbery. You really did. If you were getting paid for this gig, you committed robbery, in my opinion. You stole from the people who were paying you to play. Listen, I'm a purist, okay? I'll be the first to admit it. I absolutely am a purist when it comes to musicians, in particular, backing musicians in the rhythm section. We have a job. We have a job to do. Set the mood and tone, set the feel, and keep the tempo. That is our job. Whether we're a drummer, a bass player, a piano player, or a guitarist, our job is to set the feel and keep the tempo going. That is our job. And when you have a computer monitor literally counting to 10 for you, you're not doing your job. The computer is. Why bother having a drummer? You might as well at that point just get a drum machine at that point. Seriously. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's because I just played with some amazing drummers. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's why I get so triggered when I see stuff like that. Because I've played with some phenomenal drummers. The kind of drummers where you say, Magic Flea, kick it off. And the drummer kicks off Magic Flea with no in-ears at exactly 162 beats per minute. Exactly. Which is exactly how it was recorded by Count Basie. And they're able to count it off, and they're able to play it. No in-ears, no click, no monitor doing the counting for him. No. He's got that internally in his head. He's got his click in his head, and it's exact. That's the frightening thing. They will count off exactly 162 beats per minute. And we take off, boy. And it's fun. It's a lot of fun when you play with a musician who's that good. And I have played with drummers who are that good. And I'll look at them and go, what do you want to do? And, you know, He'll say, well, pick something. And I'll go through the fake book or whatever, and I'll say Magic Fleet, 162. He goes, right. Boom. There we go. We're off and running. So when I see drummers who need assist, listen, click is one thing. Playing with a click in your ear is one thing. Okay, I get that. That's an industry standard thing. Everybody plays with a click these days. I miss the days where you had to work at your craft and you had to practice at your craft and you had to obtain through patience, through hard work, through dedication, the skill to be able to find the tempo without the use of a metronome because you practiced and played so much that you are able to be the metronome. I miss those days. We're becoming, as musicians, we are becoming way too reliant on technology. And I miss the days where we didn't have click. We had a conductor who would count it off and we would be off and running. And it was the drummer's job and the bass player's job to establish the tone, the direction, the feel, and the tempo. Tempo mostly is my job, but the drummer would be, just as equally important to the tempo as well. That's a misconception. Everybody thinks drummers are the tempo. Nope, bass players are supposed to be the tempo. Drummers are supposed to be the feel. Ask any drummer, ask any bassist who has had professional training, they will tell you this. So anyway, when I saw that drummer utilizing a monitor to count to 10 for him because he guess he's incapable of, counting to 10 for himself, that was beyond infuriating to me. That drummer absolutely committed robbery and he should be arrested for theft. Anyway, taking all these things into account, this is how I'm coming up with the 6.4. So there you are. 6.4, pretty good scale rating, 3 out of 5 stars, and a B- letter grade. Take your pick, I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's gonna do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hope I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, that did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.